In speaking about the creative process, making paintings is something that I do all the time. It has become a habit with me. A lot of my paintings happen in my head when I am on walks in nature. This may sound trite, but it is often a source of inspiration for me. I find that the quiet relief of being outdoors, away from the stimulation of modern life, is a fertile breeding ground for many of my pictorial fantasies and ideas. Flowers are also a subject that I have incorporated into my work a lot. The portrayal of flowers is also interwoven with all the colors that I use in my compositions. I seek an ideal harmony. One of the things that I notice a lot on my jaunts outdoors are the changing of the seasons. Often I feel as though I am just become accustomed to one when the next one is upon us. Going on frequent walks every day allows me to see all the minute changes being manifested upon the trees and the flowers. It is like a changing tapestry. Every single day a new creation. It is in trying to capture the changing of the seasons in my work, and in the subsequent failing in this endeavor, that I end up with my collages and my menageries, my painted works. In my painting of the Garden of Eden, all 4 seasons combine in one large, fertile composition of birds and fish, and large predators. To me, the gaping mouth of the shark reminds me of the Greek god Hades, and the disappearance of spring and summer, and of the fertility into autumn and winter. Or in other words, speaking of modern art, it reminds me of Damien Hirst's The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living. I like to employ a lively color aesthetic in my work. One rarely sees oranges, but all the other colors are very much in evidence. Although I have titled this painting Flora, it could just as truly have been called Persephone. In Greek mythology, Persephone is the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. She becomes the queen of the underworld after her abduction by Hades, the god of the underworld, with the approval of her father Zeus. The myth of her abduction, her sojourn in the underworld, and her temporary return to the surface represents her functions as the embodiment of spring and the personification of vegetation, especially grain crops, which disappear into the earth when sown, sprout from the earth in spring, and are harvested when fully grown. In classical Greek art, Persephone is invariably portrayed robed, often carrying a sheaf of grain. She may appear as a mystical divinity with a scepter and a little box, but she was mostly represented in the process of being carried off by Hades. This work of art is an oil painting on linen, which has been mounted onto a die-bond panel of aluminum. I have made a frame for it from wood with classical Greek rosettes in the corners, and the pattern is inspired directly from the colors of the painting itself.